Welcome back to Northern Tesla. Let's go new versus used when buying a Tesla. Most people know when shopping for a vehicle, although it is so much fun and satisfying to buy a new vehicle, knowing you're the first owner and getting to enjoy that new car smell, financially, it's just not often the best decision. It's often said the second you drive off the lot, your car is hit with a massive depreciation. But is that the case with Tesla? The best feature of a Tesla is that with over-the-air updates, it gets better over time. And that could play a role in the depreciation factor. Another factor is the full self-driving option, which has gotten more expensive with time. So for someone who may have paid $5,000 in 2018, can now claim it as an over $10,000 option in 2021. You can tell from this article from Drive Tesla Canada that the Model 3 has the lowest depreciation value. So I decided to do a deeper dive and find out when shopping for a Tesla, are you better off to buy new or used? But before you get into it, how about you take a second and subscribe to my channel? This is a huge help so I can get better content for you. So for this video, I'm going to be looking mostly at the Model 3 as it's been around a lot longer than the Model Y. Therefore, there's a bigger sample size to look at. I don't think there's many Model Ys used ones for sale. I will say if you're shopping for an S or an X and can't afford the 100 grand price tag, getting used is your best option. They've been around since 2013, so there's enough inventory with high mileage that you can snag an S for around $25,000. So I'm going to cover a few things. If you are still considering buying new versus used, this is mostly going to go into comparing the price and cost of each one. And if you are set on buying the used ones, a few things to look out for when shopping. So I had a look at around autotrader.com and autotrader.ca as well as cars.com. Okay, let's have a quick look at autotrader.com. Put in Tesla, Model 3, 90210 Beverly Hills for the zip code. Since I'm Canadian, that's the only one I know. Let's do a nationwide search. For this ad, no free ads. So let's look at the prices here. So we have a 2019 Model 3, most likely standard range for $38,000. It's got 19,000 miles on it. And so the new price is $34,000. So let's just go see if it has FSD in it, because that might make a difference. So it doesn't really feature or say if it does FSD or not. Let's go look at another one. So here we have a 2018 long range with 10,000 miles on it, and it's for $41,000. A new one is currently selling for $43,000. And you'll see here too, it's 260 miles. A long range should have over 350 miles. Another 2020 Model 3 Standard Range Plus for $42,000, which is $34,000 for a new one. So that car most likely has FSD, but it's not listed in the listing, so you have to do your research. So that's a big takeaway from this, is that you can't really go by the listings. You have to kind of go talk to the dealership and look at what's included in the car. So again, look at all these Standard Range Pluses for over $45,000 when you can get a new one for $34,000. These are very low miles though, but still. So definitely do your research when you are shopping on autotrader.com. So one of the first things, you should find out if the car has full self-driving. If the original owner added the FSD option, then it will follow the car into its new owner. Also, get it in writing that the car comes with FSD, because it's a flip of the switch by Tesla and there have been mistakes made. I've heard of some new owners that have the FSD and it's been turned off. If the car is equipped with basic autopilot, you will have the option to purchase it at current market value. The FSD question is the biggest one you should ask, because that directly impacts the cost and the value of the car when comparing it to a new model. Another thing to look at are hardware differences. Let's go internal first. Unlike the S and the X, the 3 hasn't had any MCU changes, which is the entertainment unit, or like the main screen of the car. All 3s and Ys have the MCU 2. But even with the S and the X, if you are shopping for those, MCU 1 can be upgraded to MCU 2, and I believe it's around $2,000 for that upgrade. The other major hardware is the actual computer system that operates the car, which is called HW or hardware. Currently, all cars are on hardware 3, however, some 3s are on hardware 2.5. The car drives the same regardless of which hardware you have, however, only HW3 will allow FSD to function. If the car has FSD or if you had it later, Tesla should cover the cost of the upgrade. The other hardware differences are minor and are cosmetic in nature. The thing with Tesla is they don't have model years where features are introduced. An early build in 2020 could have different features than a late build that same year. There's been a few upgrades, mostly in 2021, which shouldn't be relevant in the used car market because they're not out there yet. But if you are looking at a newer Tesla, you should probably look for a heated steering wheel, chrome delete, and a new center console, as well as dash, and then also the auto trunk. Another important upgrade is the heat pump, which got added in around October 2020. It's an important one because it added about 4% of range to the Model 3. Another thing to consider is rebates. I recently did a video covering incentives and rebates across Canada, and you can find that one just up there. In it, I discovered there are a few rebates out there for used vehicles. It's not offered at the federal level, and only a select few provinces have it. So check out the video to see if your province qualifies. Where the rebate issue comes into play is when pricing out your new vehicle and comparing it to the price of a used one, specifically the SR Plus. It still qualifies for the $5,000 federal rebate and a bunch of other provincial rebates. So in Canada, if you're shopping for an SR Plus, keep that in mind because you can knock off $5,000 off the price of a new one. In the US, Tesla no longer qualifies for the $7,500 federal tax credit, so that's not an issue over there. Tesla offers a few different types of warranty. The battery warranty for Tesla is 8 years, but there's no Model 3s that long, so I'm not going to get into it. Tesla does sell, one thing I didn't mention before is that Tesla does sell used vehicles from their website, but there's never any inventory. But if you do get one, they do offer a used vehicle limited warranty. Anyways, the main warranty is the basic vehicle limited warranty for your new car, which is 4 years or 80,000 kilometers or 50,000 miles, whichever comes first. This is the one you need to watch out for when shopping for a used Tesla. In my search for a used inventory, I found the highest threes were in the 80 to 90,000 range, therefore already out of warranty, and these are the cars that you'll save the most on. So this is definitely something to keep in mind, whether you're comfortable not having a warranty or not. You can always price out an extended warranty plan from the dealership you're buying from, but when you tack that on, you're probably not too far off from the price of a new model anyways. I found about 200 vehicles in Canada and around 1,200 in the US. In Canada, what I found is on the high mileage side, and I'm talking about like 80,000 and up, the average price is around 5,000 under retail, while the newest vehicles were only a couple thousand under retail, and that's cars around like 5 to like 20,000 clicks on them. In the US, I noticed most of the used prices were actually higher than the new price, which is crazy. The reason for that, I think, is on sites like autotrader.com, they're so generically linked to like major car manufacturers that they just list every single feature like AM and FM radio and power windows. Like, who needs power windows? Like, isn't that on every car? But they do it along with every minor bell and whistle found in the car. But what I've noticed is that they don't speak anything of autopilot or FSD, and that's just going to be because they don't know Teslas, right? Anyways, I think that's where the discrepancy is coming from. In Canada, most listings did mention the car had FSD or not. So when comparing the car's value of a used car to the new model, it was kind of in line with the FSD option included. So in conclusion, generally you aren't saving that much when going the used route with a Model 3. Typically where you start seeing savings is with cars over 80,000 clicks on them. And there's not that many of those yet. I'm sure there are deals to be had out there, and I would probably look at private sale over the used dealership because the dealership has to make up their markup, so that's probably why the price between used and new isn't that far off. People always say it's always best to buy used, but in terms of the Model 3, new might be best. Alright, thanks again for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next week. Welcome back to Northern Tesla. Let's go new versus used when buying a new Tesla. Oh, can't buy a new Tesla. Welcome back to... But for the reason... that could play a role in the depreciation factor. Depreciation. I can't say that word. It's a hard word. As it's been around a lot longer than the Model Y. That's what you navigate on. I was doing so good. Or hardware. Currently, all cars are on Highway 3. Not highway. However, some 3 driving, and your in-car So, I didn't think I was going to have a lot of bloopers, but the first part did good. I also have a new lighting setup, so things are going to fall in my head, so that's good. Anyways, let's move on.